Guys, welcome back to the Lifted podcast. I'm going to be answering the most asked questions about sex. I literally looked it up on Google and I was like, okay, what are the most asked questions about sex, about the whole topic? So let's get into it. But first, I just want to say that, Mom, if you're watching this, I love you, but just please don't for our relationship, it's just not the vibe. Anyways, okay. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy. You guys, I've got 3 cameras on me, 2 lights, a giant mic, and I'm talking about sex. This is so intimidating. I've never just openly done this before. Okay, let's do it. Question number 1 that Google thinks is apparently it's the most asked question, you guys. Is masturbation healthy? I can't believe I'm doing this. Who doesn't like free, safe sex? Honestly, you're not going to get pregnant. I don't think there's any way that you could possibly get pregnant. If you do, I don't know what to tell you. But guys, it's free and it's safe. And let's be real. Okay, the Lifted podcast is all about being 100% real. You know yourself the best, hopefully. So realistically, if you wanted to just, de-stress a little bit and get some endorphins going, you can literally just get yourself off. Who doesn't want that? Also okay, I'm going to be completely real with you guys. Even if you're in a relationship, sometimes you just want to be by yourself, you just want to, yourself. So realistically, here's the thing. Okay. I hear a lot of girls talking about, okay, oh my God, my boyfriend was watching porn. I saw his history and whatever. And if it's not actually affecting you and it's not affecting your sex relationship, your sexual relationship with your partner, then why does it really matter? Let them do what they need to do. Okay. Also, if you have a really high sex drive, say you're dating someone and they don't really have a high sex drive. You have a crazy high sex drive, but you really love this person and you're not going to leave them. So it's do it yourself, dude, girl, whatever you are, I don't care. Do it yourself. It's fine. It's not, as long as it's not getting in the middle of your relationship or something, then why not? What would you have against it? Anyways, did you guys know that masturbation and basically orgasming, relieves stress? Before I continue, I just want to say that I'm not a sex doctor. Nobody come at me for facts or anything. I'm just saying what I learned in my 26 years of life. And just Google. Google tells you everything. It helps you sleep better. So why would we not do it for sleep? Okay. I don't know if this was said on a podcast. I'm pretty sure one of my teachers said it when I was in Body Talk. They were there was this doctor who basically prescribed masturbation. They were literally just go masturbate more. And a lot of times people are less stressed. That stress causes so many other issues. It's guys, we should just get yourself off a little bit more and you might be a little bit healthier. That's my health advice for today. Less cramps, you guys. Did you know that the more you orgasm, the less period cramps you will get? I don't know if this is true, if I'm being honest. I'm not 100% sure. But should we not just test it out just for getting rid of some pain? Anyway, I also don't know about you guys, but as soon as I hit my period, I'm the horniest that I am throughout my entire cycle. Can you guys tell me if that's just me? Is that a thing? I don't know much about like periods and cycles and whatever. I just started tracking my cycle. So I'm not 100% sure. But is that actually a thing for anyone that like tracks that kind of stuff? Or I know some people actually have a journal that's like, oh, I got my period on this day and this was my mood and this is how I felt. And, this is like the level of my cramps or like the level of my cramp, like pain. Yeah. If you guys know a lot about that, please tell me because I would love to learn. Maybe I should do a whole podcast on that. Anyways, okay, let's go on to question number 2. Is watching porn bad for you? I was reading all these Google things before I actually did this podcast because obviously, like, yes, this is my opinion, but I thought it'd be funny to do a little bit of research. And okay, I was going into this question being like, everything in moderation, guys. Everything should be in moderation. You're allowed to watch porn. Just don't obsess over it. Like, if it's starting to affect your relationships, you should probably chill out on the porn side of things. But I read this like whole article and it was like, what the problem with humans is right now is we don't do anything in moderation. Like we don't know how to do anything in moderation. Once, like, think about your caffeine intake. Like mine, I don't know about you guys, mine's fucking insane. I will have 2 coffees pre-workout and then I'll probably have like an energy drink or like 3 coffees sometimes. It's just a little bit out of control. That is fine though. We deal with the caffeine intake, okay? Everyone's fine. But that I thought that was hilarious. I was like, okay, it's so true because we do not do anything in moderation. If we eat chips, we eat the entire fucking bag of chips. If we, oh, you know what? If we, I lost it. I'm not sure. But realistically, think about it. We actually just don't know how to moderate stuff. Oh, being on your phone. Like, you're not just like, oh my God, going on my phone for like 10 minutes is fine. You're like, I'm going to scroll TikTok for 4 hours and see what fucking happens. And then 6 hours later, you're like, why am I still scrolling on TikTok? Like, there's no moderation we don't know what that is. So if, and I mean, this should be common sense. If you're watching porn and all of a sudden you're watching porn way more than you're having sex with your girlfriend, and then your girlfriend comes to you and is like, babe, I want to fuck more. And you're like, no. Dude, that's a fucking problem. Like, that's kind of an issue. You have a girlfriend that is asking you for more and you're putting it into a different place, literally. So, not cool, guys. Not cool. But realistically, like, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. This one's for the men out there. Just check yourself. Like, if you're watching a lot of porn and you're not like pleasing your woman, dude, like, I get it. I feel like some girls don't actually ask for what they want in bed, which is fine. But it's not fine. No, it's not fine. It is not fine at all. Here's why it's not fine. This is exactly why it's not fine. It's because now it affects other girls. So because this girl didn't ask this man what she actually wanted, now when they break up, this man is going to go to another girl and just think that he's the best in bed and whatever. And realistically, his ex just lied to him the whole time and was like, this is actually awful sex, but I'm not going to say anything because I'm too scared to say anything. Ladies, I feel like it is our time to actually step the fuck up and like ask for what we want in bed. I feel like I know that a lot of girls don't, and I just want you to say, don't think about yourself in that situation. Don't think about like, oh, well, like, just don't think about yourself. Think about the next girl. Think about, oh, that sounds awful. Don't do that. He's not going to leave you. It's fine. But if that were to happen, we're going to skip that. To think about yourself in that situation, actually. Think about, I can't believe I just said that. Don't even think that way, you guys. Think about yourself though, because realistically, he should probably learn at some point how to help you get off. He needs to know that in order for both of you to be happy. Maybe you are happy not getting off, but I feel like you would be happier if you did get off. So you should try it sometime and ask him for that. Just, you're never going to get something that you don't ask for. This is so funny. Okay, moving on to the next question. Question number 3, when did you first have sex? And I've personally decided to not tell you guys because I think I should just keep you wondering. And if somebody guesses it in the comments, I'm still not going to tell you guys. So if you want to comment, go ahead, but I'm not going to tell you. Let's move on. This is my favorite question, only because it's not a question. So question number 4 is orgasm, is literally what Google said. So we're going to talk about women because honestly, fuck men, they get off if you look at them. Realistically, we don't need to talk about them. We're going to talk about girls for a minute. And this is actually geared towards the men. So if you're a dude listening to this, or ladies, if you want to get your boyfriend to listen to this, please just show him this part of it. Okay. If he listens to any part of this podcast, he needs to listen to this part of this podcast. Okay. Men, number 1, just penetration, just literally in and out movement probably is not going to get your girl off. I think there's about 5% of girls or something that get off by that. So if you're like, oh my God, I fucked her hard in the bedroom. It's did you really though? Did she like it? Did she enjoy it? I'm sure she did. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure she would love other things as well. Yeah, girls, if you want to show that part, or if you want your man to listen to that, just send this to him. Anyways, number 2, vibrators. I feel like girls love a good vibrator. Most girls, not all girls. All girls are different, you guys. But most girls love a good vibrator. And we have all been with that dude that's been so insecure that when you're like, oh my God, I just need to buy vibrators. They're like, no, I want to do it myself. And you're like, dude, you're not. So I'm going to get this. So if you're with someone like that, first of all, just don't be, or tell him how it is. Be like, dude, I need this. Okay. First of all, it is for health reasons, you guys. Getting off, like we talked about, gets rid of stress, helps you relax. So if you're a stressed student or something in university and your boyfriend is not letting you get a vibrator, just buy the fucking vibrator anyways, because we all deserve one. It's, a good one too. I think one of my friends was talking about this Rose thing. I've never had one. If you guys have had a Rose vibrator, apparently they're really good. I haven't personally, but she was like, yo, it's the best thing ever. And I think they came out with a V2 or something. She's like, I can't wait to get it. I'm like, okay. I should go buy one of those. Anyway, I was also researching this question because I was like, okay, what am I going to actually talk about on orgasms? Because obviously we needed to kind of get into it. And I went through this entire article, you guys. And then at the very end, they were like, women don't have to orgasm to enjoy sex. And I was like, did a man write this entire thing? I understand that some girls don't, or maybe they haven't. I know tons of girls actually, if you're included in this, you're not alone. I know tons of girls that have never had a dude get them off. Tons. And it's because all these girls are out there faking it and not actually asking for what they want, which we need to step up, girls. We need to do that. But I was just This just must be written by a girl who's never had someone get her off, or it's written by a dude. It's got to be written by a dude. You know, that's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense in my head. I think we need to start asking for what we want. Anyway, question number 5. So I really only wanted to do 5 questions because, well, they're kind of intense. And realistically, Google only gave me 5 questions, you guys, that are popular. So how long should sex last? And I feel like there's going to be so many different answers. Like if I asked everyone, people would say different stuff all the time. And like it's so hard because guys always want to last longer. Girls want to get off, obviously, but we like take a little bit longer. And I think that's what people don't understand is that, don't get me wrong, people are starting to understand it now, but the whole like foreplay stuff, I feel like that was actually created like for a reason. But then this whole porn scene like completely took that out. And it's like, I've been learning on podcasts and stuff that girls actually need that time. Like our body has to like prep for sex. I mean, it only makes sense. Like it is a pretty drastic thing to happen in like 2 minutes. So let's extend it out a little bit more and be like, okay, listen to our bodies and what we actually need. Like, did you guys know that like our vaginas actually like open a little bit more when we've been, you know, whatever you do before you have sex, just making out, whatever the fuck you guys want to do to start it off, get going, you know, get ready for it. So just going straight into it, this is why girls have pain and shit. And it's like, how are we, first of all, how are we not taught this in school? Because I feel like it would just save so many girls from like pain during sex, which is like the worst shit ever. Yeah. So, okay, getting back to how long should sex last? I think it just depends on the time. Sometimes you just want to get it done and over with. Guys, sometimes it's fucking late at night. You're like, I'm exhausted. I have work in the morning, but I'm also really fucking horny. So let's like do something about this, you know? But then you're like, I don't want to stay up super late. So let's not make it like an hour long. Let's not make it like fucking 2 minutes. Let's like meet in the middle. I feel like just whatever works for the situation. I think there's no right or wrong answers in any of this. Yeah. Okay. I'm done. If you guys want a part 2 on the sex podcast, let me know. Also, I want you guys to tell me your favorite position in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Comment for a part 2. Bye. Let's talk about sex.